Okay, I want to comment about the ongoing dispute in certain schools in Birmingham that's going on, I should say, around certain schools in Birmingham and Muslim parents connected with the schools. Um, Birmingham is a pretty diverse city, and parts of it definitely has large segments of the Muslim community. Now, this dispute circles around the fact that LGBT rights are being taught in the curriculum, and conservative Muslim parents take issue with that. It's been going on now for a few months, and the situation is getting increasingly tense. In the beginning, I was sort of mixed views about this. I thought, well, so long as they're doing it peacefully, they've got a right to protest. It is, after all, their children in the school, so maybe they have a right to know what is being taught and what isn't. Um, and if it was a situation of a really sexually explicit kind of material being taught, I would understand the contention of the parents. But from what I've seen, that absolutely isn't the case. Um, I think there are segments of the LGBT community small segments, who are pushing quite a militant agenda to increase the acronyms everlasting, LGBTQI plus A, etc. And it is legitimate to question that. It is legitimate to say, you know, where does that end? Because I do see problems, for example, when we might see legislation for people using the wrong pronouns and so on. And I'm not convinced that the approach of Brighton of, just promoting transgenderism, like actively promoting and pushing it, allowing little boys to wear dresses and so on, is necessarily the right approach. So I don't come at this from an ultra liberal perspective, but looking at the tactics and the rhetoric that these parents are using, it's very clear that some of them are pretty hardline Islamists. And this demonstrates a significant culture clash. There's no point pretending otherwise. Just seen a Sky News report, and in the report, this big guy wasn't even a parent. He didn't even have children at the school. He came to show solidarity with the Muslim parents, Muslim guy, and he said that this totally goes against the teachings of Islam. I mean, look at it. A girl can love another girl. It's wrong. It's disgusting. Then he claimed God created woman for man's pleasure. His words. And he was going on like this. Now, do the parents have a right to protest peacefully? They do. What I would argue is the protests aren't that peaceful. Has violence been used? Not necessarily, but the tactics are definitely bullying. I mean, they're trying to hound teachers out of the job. I can't imagine the stress and anxiety that this is putting on teaching staff. It seems to me that these parents aren't interested in making the teachers halfway. They're not interested in compromise. And the big issue I have with them is they would be the first to yell Islamophobia. And yet, when it comes to simply teaching about tolerance, about gay people having equal rights, not pushing, gay identity or anything like that, simply saying there are gay people in society and we should be tolerant, they seem to have a problem with that. So their position strikes me as pretty hypocritical. The fact that they are playing the victim with the Islamophobia card, and yet they want to deny the rights of other people. But this actually gets into a deeper problem, which is our tolerance of Islamist ideology. These parents aren't terrorists, and yet they're blatant Islamists. That guy that was speaking, if he has had his way, you know what would happen to LGBT people? They would face severe Sharia. And if we don't contain this, if we don't rein back on this Islamist scourge, then, I really do believe you give them an inch, they take a mile. My message to those parents would be, you're in Britain. You are in Britain. If you don't like the fact that there are gay people in our society and they have a right to be gay, and they have a right not to live in fear and not to be bullied, if you can't accept that, then get the hell out of this country. I really do believe that needs to be the message. And I'm aware that many of them are third generation. But then the question becomes, well, if they're British citizens and they don't accept our values, then maybe they should change nationality. Maybe they should go back and permanently stay in Pakistan or wherever their heritage comes from, going back those generations. People will say it's a Western democracy, you're saying they can't protest. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's legitimate for other people to question the protest and to question the bullying tactics. I mean, if they were being reasonable, if they said, oh, we disagree with the curriculum, but we're not trying to bully gay people and we're not trying to hound staff out of their job, that would be a different matter. But the increasingly thuggish tactics of these parents and the blatant homophobia, journalists need to put them on the spot and put that to them. Not take the gloves off. Don't go easy on these parents. If they think they can come out with homophobic spite and rhetoric, they need to be challenged. It's a real problem because we can see here where Western secular values of tolerance are being compromised. I could understand the parents' point of view if this was a case of, I don't know, let's say you got someone in bondage coming in to teach the children about the merits of bondage. I would be dead set against that. I would say that's wrong. It's inappropriate. But I've looked at the curriculum that they're talking about, and all it is very innocent pictures, no nudity, nothing excessive. It's simply saying that there are gay people in society, some girls like other girls, some boys like other boys. That's it. There's nothing excessive, there's nothing overtly sexualized. So I think I've no sympathy with these parents anymore. If I did in the beginning, it was very muted, um, very cautious. So to hell with them. If they're going to use these tactics, if they're going to come out with spiteful homophobic rants. As for this guy, what a thug! I mean, the female journalist, looked quite taken aback by it and quite intimidated by his rants. Someone needs to challenge that guy. Wait a second, you've just said God created woman for man's pleasure? Sound like a bloody rapist. These Islamist scumbags, you give them an inch, they take a mile. That's how I feel about them.